Welcome to the Good Karma Sport Fishing Podcast. I'm your host, Captain Ryan Van Fleet. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So we are getting into dolphin season here in the Florida Keys. It's just a strange season. It just seems like it gets stranger every year, but there is hope. so what I heard was on Saturday, up off of Pompano Beach, there was some really big dolphin caught, a number of them, and the fish were pushed in on the reef, which, I just want to talk about that a little bit. Guys, there is no standard as far as depth goes in finding big dolphin. I think a lot of people get that in their head. So it's just every year it gets a little different. I've got many stories of finding large dolphin in on the reef in the hottest of months, June and July and August. I told this story before, but I think a few people need a reminder about this and big dolphin. So this was a few years back. I had been to Cabo San Lucas in San Diego. My sister-in-law had gotten married. So when I got back, I took a day off, and then the following day I had a trip later in the afternoon. Forget what I was doing that morning, why I didn't go in the afternoon. But anyway, so I got to the boat, and a rental boat had pulled in. A rental boat, guys, had pulled in. Okay, so those rental boats, I know the distance of where they, you're not allowed to go past the reef line too far. So I saw these guys, they had some nice gear. And I know I've told this story before, but some people need a reminder about this as far as big dolphin this time of year. And I was like, I looked at their gear and I was like, these guys got some nice gear. And I saw their lures. These guys got some nice lures. So they were, I think they were from France because they couldn't speak any English. And all of a sudden I seen them pull out two big slammers, if I remember right, two big slammer bulls and a cow. And I asked them, I started laughing. I said, nice job. They didn't understand a word that I said, but I said, they did understand. I go, where the hell did you guys find those at? So we were laughing, and the guys were like, they were all drunk, and they said, Yellow Tower, Yellow Tower. So they did know how to speak a little bit of English, but not very well. I said, oh. I was like, well, that's interesting. Well, thanks, guys. So I had some ballyhoo rigs. I was on a half day, and I told my clients that rather than just go reef fishing, let's just go take a look and see if we can't find some dolphin outside the reef. Now, mind you, guys have been running out to 1,200 feet, 800 feet, 750 feet, 600 feet that year, and not having much luck, finding lots of schoolies. Okay, so that afternoon I headed out. And sure as shit, I remember it was 101 degrees. You wouldn't think that anything would be living alongside the reef. And there was tons of flying fish. And there were frigate birds. And I was like, these are probably going to be bonito, which typically they are this time of year. And no, they were not. They were large dolphin. And we got some nice ones that day. And we were only in, I think the furthest I got out was maybe 220, 240. So, and it was just really good. And the bigger dolphin, I remember I caught in the 175, the 190 range. So it was just excellent. Now, what was different? There were lots of flying fish, lots of bait. It was amazing. There wasn't much weed. It was set up nice, and I just remember coming underneath them with ballyhoo, and them fish just pounding on it. My clients got a treat that day. So that's happened a lot. That happens a lot, especially you don't know where those fish are going to be. You just don't know. It's just, the golden rule is that they're going to be in the colder water. But I have to tell you several times when the dolphin fishing has been a little goofy with finding larger fish, those fish are in they can be in shallow. So it's so fun. I tell my clients is that just let the rest of them run out. And let them do their thing. Let them get that out of their system. It's just part of the whole dolphin fishery thing. And sometimes you just have to fish smart and go with your gut instinct. So my gut instinct is to find the bait. I never pass over areas that look fishy, especially in the months of May and June, just because I know what happened to me a few years ago. And a lot of that stuff is historical. So you have to keep that in mind as well. You just don't know. Now, I wasn't the only one that year that was picking them off in there. There were a few other boats out of Whale Harbor that did well. They would just go in there in the morning and they would find them, or they'd go in there in the afternoon. The fish will push in close. It's just how it rolls, man. You'll catch wahoo in there and like unexpectedly. So if that edge is on fire, it's well worth taking a look and just having some fun and catching some fish. If the water's really blue in there, take a look. If full moon phases, if that current's really ripping out in the deep water, try to fish in shallower. Find them in there. I can't tell you how many times I've found large gaffers and slammers in on the reef line when the current's ripping on a full moon. So I'm just telling you, don't get this thing in your head that you're going to run out to 1,200 feet and find large dolphin, or deeper for that matter. I'm just using 1,200 feet as an example. So the bite has actually been really good in the afternoons, more so in the mornings. It has, like I said, like I've mentioned before, sometimes you got to let the weed set up, the bait set up, everything has to get right before they'll eat. So they're not on your time schedule, just to let you guys know. That's been hard for me to learn over the years. But I kind of like it because a lot of guys will go home. So it's just, they want to get back to the sandbar or they want to go drinking in the afternoons. So, but anyways, what I'm trying to get at is fish smart. Don't always think the fish are out there. If things look right, give it a go. Just go ahead and work it over thoroughly before you start heading out into the deep. And then on your way home, just keep that in mind too, okay? It may be lit up. Look it over, okay? I've got some beautiful fish in on the 300-foot line coming back from 700 foot, 800 feet on dolphin trips in the late afternoon. My clients are tired. They're like, let's give it a run through. I still have some bait left, and we've caught some beautiful fish. So you just don't know. But that's why I love it so much, because you just don't know. So today, guys, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about lures that I love to use that don't require any ballyhoo rigging. So I do use lures I have lures in my box that I use that don't require any ballyhoo, but 9 times out of 10 I put ballyhoo over them because I just know they get more bites. Okay, so let me talk about these lures. And what I've done was I put these lures in my tackle store, goodkarmafishingtackle.com. Now, if you're interested in purchasing these lures, I highly recommend that you just go to my site and go to the wahoo, dolphin, tuna, and marlin lure collection, okay? Now, the first one I have put in there, it's the Joe Shoot Sea Witches. Those are really good sea witches, and I really like those. It's a staple product. Joe Shoot has been around for many years, and the costs of those are $6.99. You can order all different colors, and the price is very reasonable. I think you got to add a little bit more for flash and all that stuff, but then again, I don't know. So check that one out. Sea witches are staple, okay? Now you can run the sea witch over a bonito strip, or you can run it over a bait strip. And if you're wanting to really dial in on the rigging with the bait strip, I've got a bait strip course as far as how I rig them, and you can go to that's in the course section of the Good Karma Fishing Tackle store as well. It's like how to make your bait strips your ultimate secret weapon. It's a badass setup that I use. So, and I also give a few other tips in there about bait strips. Okay, so the second one I want to talk to you guys about is the schoolie daisy chain. There's a lot of daisy chains on the market, okay? But this daisy chain is specifically rigged right, okay? It's crimped right, and I'm telling you guys, if you guys are buying some of these pre-made rigs right now, you guys need to check them for faults, okay? A lot of this stuff is hand pieced together by many people, so I know that for a fact. So you got to make sure that the crimps are done right. Now I know that these schoolie daisy chains that I have in my store are done right, just because they're made by the Tackle Room. So these guys are excellent. They crimp these together on their own. They use high quality line and gear to make these rigs, and the price is very nice for these schoolie rigs, and the price for those are $14.99. Really good daisy chains, okay? So check those out. Those are in my store as well in the wahoo, dolphin, tuna, and marlin lure section. Then we get into the old favorites. I love the Squid Nation Slammer Chuggers. And what's cool is that these are sold in a pack of 10. So my favorite colors are the green and the pink, and then the white and then the white and the blue. I specifically like the pink, and then the green, the more the chartreuse color. The black and purple one's a great one too as well. But my favorites are the green and the pink, and then the blue and white, more so in that order. I just like that chartreuse green with the silver flakes, and it's always been one of my favorites. So check those out. It's what's awesome is the price. You can get a pack of 10 high quality chuggers, and these are Squid Nation chuggers. These are the best. The price is $14.99 for a pack of 10. Again, you can find that in that same collection. Final one I want to talk about is my old favorite, and that's the old flippy floppy thing, and it's been modified with a hook. It's killer, guys. It's killer. You got to run this on your short corner or long, and the action that this thing emits is crazy. So you're actually running this. The old flippy floppy is my favorite dolphin teaser. I've been through a number of these, and I seem to like always lose them. I don't know. It's mostly because it's my fault, but I'm getting ready to place a few orders myself for this summer because you don't. It's an easy rig, and on days when there's no weed, this thing it calls them in. Okay, more than likely, a couple of you guys are going to catch a big marlin on this bait this summer, or a really big slammer. And what's awesome is that it's a 2-for-1. It acts as a teaser, and it acts as something you can hook a fish with. But it's just a killer dolphin bait. It's awesome. It's made by it's called the Mahi. It's a Mahi Madness. It's an excellent dolphin fishing lure. It's made by Blue Water Candy. I highly recommend it. And again, you can find this in my store as well. The cost for that lure is $27.99 because there's a lot of pieces to it and high quality gear. So I highly recommend you guys check that out as well. So I've just given you guys some lures that I really think you guys should have in addition to your sea witches rigged with ballyhoo and all that other good stuff. The chuggers are fantastic. Just a fantastic bait, especially when there's no weed. So this winter I was using chuggers, and I was adding bait strips to them and catching them some beautiful blackfin tuna. So I highly recommend you guys have a chugger in your spread. The Squid Nation chuggers are the best. Honestly, I've used all other ones, and they don't. It seems like the other ones, it's just like something happens with the flakes and doesn't. I don't know. But anyways, I always go back to Squid Nation because they really do put a lot of work into their squids, and because it's just how they run their business. So that's what they specialize in, are making squids. So that's all I got for today, guys. I've got an extremely busy schedule, so I just wanted to give you guys a few tips on dolphin fishing. Don't think that you need to run out there that deep to find fish, honestly. And if you can't make it out super early, sometimes then just hold off. Go reef fishing in the morning. See if you can catch a few groupers, catch some snappers, and then say, okay, around 2 o'clock, go out there and look for some dolphin. It's really about fishing smarter, okay, and not harder. Especially with the price of fuel right now, you gotta use your brain. So I'm just saying. Now, if you just want to go out and enjoy the day and do what makes you happy, if you love to troll out into the deep water, look around, enjoy the day, go for it. But if you get out there and you're not seeing anything, you need to come up with another plan. So have a plan before you go out there. Make a fun day out of it. And just keep in mind, anytime you're fishing, it's all good. Thanks for listening, guys. You can follow me on Instagram at goodkarmasportfishing_FL_keys. You can check out what I'm catching from time to time. Also, if you want to check out what I use, you can visit the goodkarmafishingtackle.com site. And also, I've got a list of courses on there too that will help you get a little better. All it takes is a few little tweaks, guys. A few little tweaks. That's it. Download the Good Karma Sport Fishing app. That's available on iTunes and the Google Play Store. And also, too, guys, if you're looking to book a trip with me, my next available opening is July 7th as of today. So my July will fill up very quickly here within the next couple weeks because people are booking ahead this year. It's just how vacation plans are being made. So if you're looking to book at the last minute, probably not going to get in unless I have a cancellation. Also, too, I want to, before I wrap this up officially here, I want to send a shout out to the Sea Hunter guys, boat name Island Time. So I wrapped up pretty good on the hook last week on, I think it was Thursday, and it was pretty bad. The worst I've been wrapped up probably in my career. And I thought I was going to have to cut the anchor. I didn't have an anchor ball with me. And Island Time came up, threw me an anchor, the old Sea Hunter guys, and I was able to somehow get that damn hook back in, and it saved me probably about $500. So thank you guys. And Island Time, the guys that on the Sea Hunter, they do listen to my podcast. So it's so funny. They said, "Hey, I listened to your podcast," and he's like, and so he threw me the anchor ball. And he said, "You know how to use one?" I go, "Well, it's been many years." So, which I'm always pretty truthful, but somehow we managed to get the hook unlodged. It was in there pretty bad. So thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. Good karma to you guys. So there are some good people out there on the water right now, and Island Time's one of them. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And remember, anytime you're fishing, it's all good.